What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. This is Eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I'm here with another message. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So the first card I got was nature. What was on the bottom was peace. The subconscious was in peace. Okay. Celebration. That's 4 of Wands. Truth. Lovers. Nature. Being out in nature does wonders. But really, this is talking about the true nature of someone. Why you're not... Congratulations for removing yourself from anything that disturbs your peace, that goes against your true authenticity, your true nature. You like to maybe do religious things. Things that, I think of all the things that people don't typically feel like doing on a consistent basis. I see the Ace of Wands when I see nature. That's all the stuff you get into. Like, you've made it your second nature, and you're celebrated for it with these butterflies and these transformations, these 4 of Wands. You're getting married. You're also married to yourself. That is your true nature. Your truth is... The North Node feels a lot better than the South Node. Okay, it stabilizes my peace. So you see this woman celebrated. 4 of Wands, the Lovers, 6 of Swords. That's communication. So you got 2 communication cards. Queen of Cups. Your nature. You're so sweet. You're so compassionate, so loving, so strong, so integral. The fact that you went through, you survived a lot. Celebration. What do you celebrate? Your spiritual evolution. That's why. That's your authenticity. You're not afraid to relax your cloak to let people see who you are. Your truth. 10 of Wands. The truth is, it was a burden. What was a burden? You know, trying to do business with people that don't align with me spiritually, mentally, intellectually. Like, we're just nothing alike. Like, the truth is, coming to this particular town or area is a burden because it's bad for business. I think this is a bad for business card. Like, yeah, you got a lot of what you want, but it comes with a lot of burdens of lazy people. I think this is you doing all the cleaning up for lazy spirited people, lazy minded people, people who don't want to work to achieve what they want, people don't want to support because they don't have it in them to work. What is going on here? Where are you going that you're celebrated? They're not invited to your dinner party, your dinner dance. What? Dinner dance. You going dancing? Give me one for Queen of Cups. Oh, sorry. I got my headphones in and the cord is pulling. So now it's falling all over the place. Okay, there we go. Don't fall no more. Muse of Hymns. I hear the Temperance, dedicated to the one I love. You sing that song to yourself. High Priestess, celebration. Web of the mind. What does that mean with the High Priestess? Celebrating. Weber of the mind. You can't take anything anybody say. You're teaching people a valuable lesson. Moving in silence. 10 of Wands. That totem of fire. Fire is very inspirational, first of all. You could be releasing, making a bonfire, releasing old habits. Releasing old habits. With the Ten of Wands, it's your passion that's propelling you forward, but Totem of Fire with truth. Your intuition is on fire. That's truth. You living in your truth. Those intuitive hits. The Weber of the Mind. You got two cards. That Six of Swords, and actually that's Aquarius, I think, but it doesn't matter. Six of Swords and my Lover's card is what I see, and my third eye. Communication. It means you don't argue. Your strength is you know how to diffuse a lot of, what is it, arsonist? Somebody who starts fires, who has an obsession with starting fires all the time. Arsonist is what came up. And you diffuse it. You blow it right out. So it's somebody who starts drama. Ten of Wands. Somebody tried to burden you with their foolery and their drama. That balance of masculine and feminine energy. So if you look at these two cards here, that's feminine, masculine energy. You take charge over your life, over your journey. This hasn't been an easy road. Like, this hasn't been simplistic. Like, you can't put a lot of this into words. You just know a feeling. You just have to feel it. Okay? You see this woman is like, yeah, I'm poised, but it wasn't simplistic as me just sitting here in my authenticity. It's hard to establish yourself in your authenticity. People think it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, but it doesn't always work out like that. Like, you have to create a space for yourself that allows you to be whoa, Knight of Cups. That's moving forward, operating from your heart space. Yeah, it wasn't easy operating from your heart space, and you had to heal you had some hiccups because you're going from a knight to a queen. But you have the strength and the priestess here. The Ten of Wands. It was burdens you had to overcome to get from the Knight of Cups to the Queen of Cups. And you sung hymns. You make little melodies that push you along, that furthers you along, that propels you forward. You also remember little melodies maybe your parents used to sing to you, that you remember. Somebody's parents played the piano, and they would just sing, and you would just think about that person. That Queen of Cups could be that person, that nature, being in that spiritual nature, singing about the Most High, and you turn out to be a priestess. She didn't know she would birth a priestess. A priestess would come out of her true nature. And Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. That would be the challenge, is the Knight of Swords. Is being torn between your logic and your emotions, because that's a hasty person. It's quick to say something or quick to move. But your heart and your heart space, is better. Reorchestrate how you think, and you're celebrating yourself about it, about not being so hasty. Seven of Wands. This is blocking out the opinions of others. Three of Swords. Is rejecting others, rejection of others. Subconscious is the Ace of Pentacles. Nine of Coins. You see yourself as rich. That's your attitude. Three of Pentacles is how people see you. You work with some kind of force, supernatural. You work with somebody who deals with supernatural forces to get ahead. That's why you saw abundant like that. That's jealousy and envy. That's why the Three of Swords is here and the Seven of Wands is here. Five of Cups. Don't let nobody guilt trip you into feeling bad about doing what's right for you. They're the ones in regret with the Five of Cups. They're the ones that's crying over spilled milk because they burdened you with their lack of spiritual evolution. So they overtook from you and you overgave at one point. But with this yin yang card here, you balanced all of it out by blocking out the distractions and the noise. You do not care. And you're not supposed to care. Okay, the final destination. Leave them to start anew. They're going to end up in bad health. Maybe even bad wealth too. Okay? Because they had a way of coming in between you and your abundance. There's something about you that scares the shit out of people. And it inspires them to move against you. Five of Cups, Five of Coins. That represents change. You were never a person in regret. People assume they should come around because them coming around you when you were working through your tests and trials, they tried to dick ride that and tried to come around you thinking that it made them feel good on one hand, but they thought they was doing more than what they actually was. Weber of the Mind and the High Priestess. You cannot play with a double scorpion like that. Okay? That is a true scorpion. Not a Pisces. This is somebody or somebody who has both in their chart, Pisces and Scorpio. But the point is, you were so charismatic and charming about it, and it took years not to be so cold. Why am I saying that? It took years for you not to act cold, rather than still address them and interact with them with a warm heart for the sake of evolution and growth, empathy and compassion. They don't know what you know. They don't do what you do. All they could do is try. All you could do is advise them, and if they don't listen, okay. But God is giving you He gave you an opportunity. He gave you the upper hand with the Ace of Pentacles. You see that? That's from Him. He's giving you that pinnacle. That's why you're in the Nine of Pentacles. That's why you see yourself as that. You know exactly where it came from. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Three of Coins is that people think you're collaborating with other people who work with spirits. But the truth is, you have a sharp third eye. You know what I mean? As a priestess and a Weber of the Mind, they just don't understand how it works to be a priestess. You know what I mean? And that totem of fire and just working with natural elements and how your energy works. Your energy is very passionate, warm-hearted, to the point, you know, with the utmost sincerity and integrity. And people curse that because they don't resonate it. It doesn't resonate in their spirit as a first response. They have to sit around you long enough to see how does that work. But you rarely, you know, articulate the things that you know. You just show up a certain way. They know it's something about you with the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, but they can't quite put their fingers on it. But you still remain poised and you still remain kind with the Knight of Cups. But it takes everything in you with the Knight of Swords not to shut them down with your quick wit, you know, and your choice words and your sharp words, you know. Even though this could be defamation of your character, the things that you have overcame, because the Knight of Swords could be legal documentation, filing a restraining order, filing charges against, you know, by trying to burden you and slow down your evolution and your process and your business. I keep hearing business when I see the Ten of Wands. Like, a lot of this affected your business, and you're okay when it's all said and done. You knew where your boundaries were weakened and where you needed to strengthen them up. So with the Knight of Cups, it's like, if I narrow in my focus and just block them, the helping hand of God is like, the way you handle that, I'm going to give you your pinnacle back. that was blocked, that was taken from you. And it's going to leave them in despair because they're not going to be able to eat like you. Okay? They took from you, so they took from your children or your family, your husband, your wife, your parents. They took from you, and the things that you do to give glad tidings, to celebrate the Most High. That's what the high priest is celebrating, Weber of the mind. They didn't get your sight. They didn't really understand how your mind is set up. So for that, when you put that 9 and that 3 together, that's 12 pentacles. With the Most High, with every difficulty comes to ease. So you're going past the 10. That's Surah number 65, ayats 2 and 3. With every difficulty comes 2 eases. So you got 12 pentacles to play with. Pentacles is not just money. It's health, wealth, your spirit intact, like you're doing well for yourself. Well-roundedly well for yourself, and you got help, you have support, you have a strong team that is working with you as well. It can come in a couple different forms, but keep in mind, this is from the Most High, so you have to be mindful to keep your guard up. Don't take the opinions or the advice, the counsel of others. After all, they tried to come in between, they tried to sacrifice you, and come between you and what's right for you, what was preserved for you, and now it's coming back around because you practice self-love. Now you're going to have more abundance than what you initially was awarded, what you initially manifested. It's just something about it. It just sharpened that third eye. The truth is, I celebrate the Most High, and I don't have to apologize for it. Okay? And it burdens you more than it burdens me. Okay? You tried to sacrifice me, and by way of 10 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. All those cards are here. They all change. All of it is a completion. You're left with all the what is that? The initiation attempts, to be initiated and try to belong to some kind of spiritual force, some type of supernatural force, and you think that this person didn't know that, but they have a sharper eye, and you were just left with all the burdens of all the attempts. That's 10 wands, okay? All that ricocheted and returned to sender, so it's back on the people or person or people who initially did that to you. And it's going to cost them a lot. It cost them health and wealth, okay? And their emotional state is like, oh my God, they in regret. They have spilled milk, okay? When you master your craft, you have higher ups, people who do what you do. Doesn't matter the nature of your business. You have professionals that are there that are very attentive to you and are helping you and are in support of you. So it doesn't matter the nature of your business, whether you're an entrepreneur or aiming to be an entrepreneur, okay? They thought you were going to be rejected and in pain, but in actuality, you could have pressed charges. But you show empathy and compassion instead, and integrity, okay? You decided that your peace was way more important, and it couldn't be compromised because you have greater responsibilities, not just yourself, but you're responsible for other people too. People depend on you, so it was irresponsible of them to do that to you. Nonetheless, you maintain poise, okay? You stayed in your nature, even though your nature is to set it off if you really wanted to. But you practice being a bigger person, being a greater person, being what your mother or ancestors or the ones before you would have desired for you to be. In a case like that, you just watched and didn't say nothing. Weber of the mind, like you kept all that, you documented everything. You have it all documented, and it doesn't mean that you still can't press charges, but you're not. You probably least likely to, because that's your overall energy. Okay? You're happy. You're pleased with the results. Judgment was made against these people. They lost. You know what I mean? They're stuck in a self-inflicted prison, self-imposed prison, worrying about you, trying to get in the way of something about you because they're scared of it. They don't understand it, so they can't respect it. They can't respect your differences. Meanwhile, the truth of the matter is, okay, you, the same way they used a jinn or something against you is the same way your spiritual evolution propelled you to practice integrity. It kept you. It made you fight. It made you protect even harder. I don't know if you have a union or something coming in, because this is a yin-yang card. You know what I mean? This is a yin-yang card. But it is protected for those who try to sabotage you so you couldn't get it. But I think they tried to sabotage your partner too, so he couldn't get it. He or she. How you get to be so fine? Somebody asked it. I hope I'm not talking too much all over the place, but you kind of like to see it from my point of view, to see how all the cards line up. Somebody is salty because there was no point. It's like, well, it was a purposeless attack. Like, what was your point of doing that? And she ended up with 12 pentacles, not 10. 12. Close it out. What's next? I mean, what's more in store? Divine timing. I'm gonna keep shuffling. That's the main cards. I like that card. That's becoming one of my favorite cards now, especially on top of the High Priestess, Weaver of the Mind. And yes, something about being silent and getting the message across. You got to teach them how your mind is set up, how the human mind works through the third eye, in silence. That's why they're scared, because you never said a word, but they got the message. Okay, this card likes to come out a lot because they're here. Your ancestors are listening. They're listening to them. Okay. The ancestors are telling you to listen. Pay attention. Always pay attention. You can't talk and listen at the same time. Not so much not to sit still and receive. Listen. They're still teaching you how to be brave through the unknown. How they did it. How they managed to survive all that they survived. And most of our ancestors lived for 8 or 9 decades at least. Like, they were mature, very mature in age. You managed to control your inner savage. This is a wild woman. This is a wild woman. So wild and free, wild at heart, wild in spirit, wild in communication. Yeah. You caused burdens for them because they made themselves your cocoon. Look at all these. Look at that. Like, it don't get more serious than that. Look at the attacks. It got returned to sender. Now it's on that person or persons. Okay? Playing with the wrong entity. I hear the ancestors showed up by way of this to return to sender. I hear they didn't know what a third eye was until they met your ancestors, until they met you. You. But your ancestors speak through you. With God's permission. You got these people out of here. These completions, these changes. Yeah. Change your course. Change your focus off of me. Play with somebody else. Do not ask me to bear witness to the lies in the poetry. Find somebody else. I just think it's very corny when people criticize what they don't understand. All they gotta do is just talk to you. You seem like a person who is willing to teach it. Obviously, because you got some teaching mechanisms that's showing up in this card. Like, you have a way, you have a certain way of how you survive. You don't just survive, you thrive and you live. Okay? And God is very much present. Yeah, they're going to be worried for a while because they know they messed up. They messed with an earth angel. And this is going to take time. This is going to be slow and intimate and stubborn energy. The same stubborn energy they practice to attack you is the same stubborn energy it's going to take. It's going to be real intimate, nice, and slow. Whatever that burden is, all that return to center energy. So each broom on that person's back means something different or can mean all the same thing. But each broom is worth 1,000 years, as they say. Each punishment, each lick is worth 1,000 years. Wait, what I heard was every day in the fire is equivalent to a year. So what that means is that's 10 days can be equivalent to 10 years. And it's going to be long and drawn out and intimate like that. Because of the canvas they tried to paint against you, collective. And back to celebration. So now we off that. And it's about you and your stability and your celebration. So when you put that together, your yin yang card, protect it. You fought for it. You fought to protect it, and celebration. Whoever comes to you with that Barzini business is a traitor. Don't forget that. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.